A very good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic is from magnetic materials. So in magnetic materials, we are going to see what is a diamagnet and what is paramagnet. The targeted students for today's lecture is from naval arc, offshore engineering, petroleum engineering, and mechanical. For first year, second sem, myself, Dr. S. Rafi Ahmad, Associate Professor, Department of Physics, Ahmed University, Chennai. So let's see the today topic, magnetic material and its classification. Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic is from magnetic materials. As we all know that the magnetic materials are the materials which produce magnetic effect in the medium. Without magnetic materials, there is no any electronic devices. So we are going to produce the magnetization effect. As we all know that magnetization is the process of converting non-magnetic material into magnetic form. The magnetic materials are classified into two types based on the presence of a dipole moment and due to its orientation. The magnetic materials are the materials without permanent magnetic moment. Example, we can say diamagnet. The material with permanent magnetic moment. Example, paramagnets, ferromagnets, antiferromagnets, and ferrites. So in this lecture, we are going to see the classification of the magnetic materials, how these magnetic materials are classified. As we all know that the magnetic materials are classified based on the availability of the dipole moment and due to its orientation. They are diamagnets, paramagnets, ferromagnets, antiferromagnets, and ferrites. Let us consider the first magnetic material, the material without permanent magnetic moment, that is diamagnet. Diamagnetic material will always repulse the magnetic lines of forces. Let's see the principle. To explain the diamagnetic mechanism, let us consider a material which consisting of n number of dipoles. These n number of dipoles are oriented in the randomized manner. Due to this randomized orientation, the resultant magnetic moment is zero. The reason for the resultant magnetic moment to be zero, we are assuming the n number of dipoles. Each dipole is a charge carrier. So each dipole having energy. When the dipoles are freely moving inside the medium, they exchange their energy with each other. So due to the exchange of energy, a collision takes place. That collision makes the resultant dipole moment to be zero. The collision made in this mechanism is the elastic collision. Elastic collision means there will be no any loss in the energy. So the diamagnetic material contains n number of dipole. When the magnetic field is not applied to the diamagnetic material, the resultant, the average or the net magnetic effect, magnetization or magnetic induction is zero. when the magnetic field is applied to the diamagnetic material, the dipoles which oriented in the randomized direction acquires the applied magnetic energy. After gathering the maximum amount of energy, they try to align themselves parallel to each others in the direction of the applied field. But in a diamagnetic material, the direction of the dipoles are just opposite to the magnetic field. So it shows that in the diamagnetic material, when the magnetic field is applied, the dipoles gains the energy. After gathering the maximum amount of energy, the dipoles themselves, they aligned parallel to each other, but in the direction opposite to the applied magnetic field. So we can say when H is not equal to 0, that is, in the presence of magnetic field, the magnetic effect is produced in the magnetic medium, but in the opposite direction of the applied field. That's why it is negative. So this is the theory for the diamagnetic material. Now we are going to see the properties of the diamagnetic material. Before going to see the properties of the diamagnetic material, so once again, we have taken the magnetic material. We assumed that the magnetic material consisting of n number of dipoles. These n number of dipoles are oriented in the randomized direction. Due to this randomized orientation, the resultant magnetic moment is 0. When the magnetic field is applied to the diamagnetic material, when the saturation is occurred, then the direction of the dipole is just opposite to the applied magnetic field. It shows that the magnetic lines of forces will not penetrate through the material, but the magnetic lines of forces are expelled from the material. So that's why the diamagnetic material is considered as an important medium in the superconductivity. Example, in a magnetic leviation train, we are using Meissner effect. In Meissner principle, we are having the diamagnetic effect. As we all know that diamagnetic effect is the repulsion effect. The material will not penetrate the magnetic lines of forces to pass through it, but it repels the magnetic lines of forces from the medium. When the repulsion takes place, then it will not attract by the other source. So this is the principle for the diamagnet. Let's see the property. The first property for the diamagnet mentioned here is they repelled the magnetic lines of force. As we all know that when the field is applied to the diamagnetic material, the direction of the dipoles are opposite to the magnetic field. So it shows the negative value. When it shows the negative value, then definitely it will not attract the magnetic lines of forces. It will repel the magnetic lines of forces. When the magnetic lines of force is not penetrates through the material, then the susceptibility is negative. Susceptibility depends on the applied magnetic field. It is independent to the temperature. The permeability is lesser than the 1 in a diamagnetic material. There is no permanent dipole moment because it repels the magnetic lines of forces. When the temperature is greater than the critical temperature, then the diamagnet will become a normal material. So initially we are taking the magnetic material. As we all know that the nature of the magnetic material is to attract the other medium. But here, when the diamagnetic material is subjected under temperature, when it reaches the critical temperature, then the diamagnetic property diminishes. The material behave as a normal material. That's why the magnetic lines of force are not able to penetrate to the material. It expelled from the material. It has a superconducting property. As I already said that these diamagnets are the very important magnets we are using in the superconductors. Example, we can consider gold, germanium, silicon, etc. So this is the process for the diamagnets. Thank you.